Hey guys, Robin Rosado here, Top Speed Golf. So today I want to talk about the grip. I'm going to give you 3 kind of simple ways to help you get a good grip, make it really easy for you guys, and also talk a little bit why it's really important to have a good grip in our golf swing. So let's go and get started and talk about the grip and get you onto a better game. All right guys, so the golf grip, why that's important in our swing, why having a good grip is important to get the certain angles we want in the top of our swing and coming in through the ball. So it's going to be really important to have a good grip, good solid grip, and a consistent one is that as well. So the 3 things I want to talk about is where we're placing it in our hands, what our thumbs are actually doing, and then I'm just going to introduce like a little cheat thing that I do before I hit the ball to get a good, nice, solid grip. So let's get to talk about where we're going to place it in our hands. So obviously I think you know you've been playing golf for a while or just starting out, the grip is really important, right? And what we see a lot of times is going to be where we're placing our grip too much in the palm. I see that a ton. I'm sure you've heard it, you've seen it. It's getting too much and you said, oh, you got to put it in your fingers. Put the club in your fingers. And it's true. You know, sometimes, you know, we see it diagonally running across our palm here. We want to just switch that up and move it more towards into our fingers. So now I feel that really into the base of my pinky finger. It's gonna be running across like the middle knuckle of my middle finger all the way to the maybe like the base part of my index, my ring finger right there. Really feel it into the fingers. That's putting me at about maybe 3 knuckles that I see. So that's kind of like a neutral grip for just in general. And then in my right hand is gonna be again feeling in my fingers. I interlock. It doesn't matter what you do. You can be overlap or you can just be a baseball grip. That's totally fine. I know a mini tour guy player who plays great and has a baseball grip. So I'm gonna feel a little bit in the fingers, again, feeling it into about those middle knuckles of my right finger. You can see, I don't know if you can really see it, but I have calluses going off in those fingers right there. And then what I feel with my right index finger, this is kind of important, is gonna be a little bit of what I call the trigger finger. So I see a lot of people, they don't really have that trigger finger and they get a little bit too like making a nice big fist with that right index finger, and that forces their right thumb to go really long, straight down the shaft. What that does is let's say if I take this thumb off of there, it's going to create a lot of instability at the top of my golf swing, and then it doesn't really feel that great here. I feel like, oh, I don't know, like the club's waving around in my backswing. But so even if I don't put my thumb on there and I just create a little bit of that trigger finger, that's already going to create a lot of stability. I know a right hand dominant, so I'm able to kind of feel it better there, but that's going to create a ton of stability in the golf swing, and especially through impact. So talking about my thumbs, I know I mentioned a little bit of that long thumb, so that's what I want to talk about right now is our thumbs. So Jack Nicklaus mentioned with your thumbs, the more he felt like his thumbs can bend backwards and create this kind of like curve a little bit, the better he liked, because that helped him get into a really nice, good grip holding on to the club. So again, we call it in the top speed, you know, Clay talks about top speed golf as kind of that short thumb. What I mentioned before is that long thumb. I see a lot of people, those thumbs are going straight down the shaft. That right thumb is going straight down the shaft. And what that's doing is creating a lot of instability in the golf swing. Gonna get a lot of instability here, a lot of it through the ball. And what happens is we create instability at the top, and then we're gonna cast the club on the way down. So that's what obviously we see a ton in the golf swing. So what we do is get that short thumb, have our thumbs bent a little bit. And if I'm gonna place my palms out, so let's say if I go long thumb, my thumbs are separated from my hands. If I just scrunch it up, place them against my kind of the base of my index finger here, now I have that short thumb feeling, and I'm gonna do that same thing and grip it when I put it down in the club. Grip it in my fingers, short thumb, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna feel our thumbs are gonna be in the side. If there's like a ridge going down the middle of the grip here, my left thumb's gonna be on the right side, my right thumb is gonna be on the left side. We really don't want, again, not running down the shaft because that creates instability in the golf swing. We're gonna right down the sides. That puts us in a good, great position with our hands. So now we've talked about where we're gonna place it in our fingers. We talked about what our thumbs are actually doing, how important those are in the golf swing. And now we're gonna talk about my little cheat way to get to a good grip before I hit the ball. So I actually integrate this as part of my pre-shot routine. So before I hit the ball, obviously, you know, maybe I'm standing behind, or I am standing behind the ball, and I'm looking, I'm visualizing the shot. What I'm also doing with my left hand, that grip, and as I'm trying to get into a good grip, I'm trying to get a good feel for how I want to really grip the club. So what I'm doing is having my hands at my side. They're pretty neutral position. They're not open, they're not closed. They're just kind of hanging naturally. I'm going to take that club, let my hands hang naturally, and just kind of grip onto it, my left hand. Still feeling in my fingers though, and still feeling that short thumb. And for me, that actually just feeling that kind of naturally hangs. And by now I can kind of feel where the club face is nice and square. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I can just go ahead and nice and step into it. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I can see 3 knuckles, got a short thumb, and I can put my right hand right on it, feeling that my right thumb on the left side of that grip, and that's gonna put me in good position. So those are the 3 keys to kind of help you out with a good grip, make it really easy for you, and make it really consistent as well. Maybe you can integrate that into your pre-shot routine, is maybe trying to feel that little motion with the left hand and just trying to get you started out to a good grip. All right, guys, so good luck out there. Go watch us on Instagram at Top Speed Golf and follow us on there. All right, have fun with that, have a good grip, and play well out there, guys.
All right, guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an even better bonus for you. If we want to get distance in the golf swing, we've got to get a lot of lag, and then we've got to let that lag go. Well, I've got my #1 lag video. I'm going to play a preview of that here in a second. If you're on a desktop device, go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, click the iCard that's somewhere on your screen right now. That's going to take you to where you can get instant access to that full video. Plus, you're going to get 5 videos from our Top Speed Golf system. Never going to cost you a dime. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Click that thumbs up button. That really helps us out. And also remember to subscribe. That way you'll see our newest videos. See you guys in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. I do it this way versus holding that position. Exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.